Hello, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another book review. Recently, I had read Gregg Braden's first publication, The Isaiah Effect, and this book describes the Nicene edits that did not include the books of Mary Thomas, Judas, Enoch, a few other books. I think yeah, the apocalypse of Isaiah was also not included. There were a great many different types of books that were not included in the original Bible due to the fact that the great Roman Church didn't approve. I'm not really sure why, because it speaks of a different modality of prayer that the Essenes had transcribed for their lives, and they had this word angel, and their word angel meant something that we equivocate to the energies of electricity and magnetism, which I thought was really fascinating. And there could be angels of the air, angels of fire, angels of water, angels of the earth, or angels of love, depending on whatever element that they were relating to. And they were, by our standards, they were strictly vegetarian. They did not kill any animals because they felt, and their superstition was, or their understanding was, that if they killed something, that it was likely that what they would eat would slowly deteriorate the temples of themselves. Very different way of existing and understanding of life and in all of its proclivities. I myself really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was just absolutely phenomenal. There are different stories here that he talks about in the Divine Matrix, ideas that he returns to in that exact book, and Deep Truth, which is my favorite book of all time that he's written so far. It's just a new way of thinking, and when he speaks of prayer, he relates it to how the Essenes saw it, and it was more of a feeling, what you feel in the moment when you pray. And I had never really thought of it in that way, shape, or form before, and I was thinking, huh, if I perceive as I have already gotten this particular thing that I wish I really desire, then it will certainly come to manifest itself. It's the whole idea of the power of now, if you've read it, probably one of my other favorite books, and just optimism in and of itself, I think, is extremely powerful. And they are now understanding the power of prayer and choice points that we have along time, and how time itself is not exactly linear as we thought in the past. It's more of a collection of choice points along the road of space time. As we can comprehend it. It's very deep and, and profound and heady. It's just a lot for one's mind to wrap around, honestly. And I know it's 199 pages, and there's a lot of information involved. And it's spirituality merging with science. And this whole concept has really sparked my interest and inspired me. Um, since I heard of Gregg Braden, I really didn't know who Gregg Braden was until a couple years ago. It was around the time when I had gotten into a program called Ancient Aliens, and he was involved with that, talking about the Maya and the Inca and the people of Tibet and the Hopi. And it's very unusual, and I don't want to use the word coincidental because I don't think there's anything in this world that is coincidental. He speaks of how their modalities of understanding, their apocalyptic collective. Basically, they have similar legends, which you think, that can't possibly be a coincidence. There has to be a reason and a purpose for that. There must be some higher resonance that they all connect on. And actually, it does go into the whole interconnectivity, which I've always enjoyed. And then it speaks about one of my favorite theories of all time, which would be the butterfly effect. And despite its title, it's very, very powerful. It is the most powerful effect. Because you could have a butterfly flap its wings in Tokyo and cause hurricanes someplace else in the world. Um, it's just the whole idea that a small action can produce a multitude in its effect causality. Yeah, we can go into that, but I don't want to. I don't want to make my brain explode. But it's as far as books are concerned, it's just really magnificent and it just superlative read. I definitely recommend it. 5 stars. It's just supremely inspirational and enlightening. I was edified by it. I was extremely edified by it, and I have so much respect for Gregg and his wife Melissa and the things that they do, the places that they go, the people that they've spoken to, just these beacons of spirituality and science. I guess you could call it the new alchemy. I never thought of it that way before, but it's a new method of thinking, I believe. Just a new way of existing. Um, and it's just, I think it's really beautiful. And if you have a chance to pick it up, I would definitely do so. You can do so through eBay, or you can get it on um, ebook. I have mine on my Nook, and I just recently poured over. I could not put it down because it was such exciting and new and different information. I had actually come across it before due to the fact that I've read Braden, and I love him, and he always uplifts me. And someday I'm going to give this man a hug because he has given me so much hope and promise, and I know that we will have the answer that we seek if we simply just work together as a community. And that's the whole thing that our ancestors were trying to tell us all along, especially the Essenes. And I was just trying to think of what else he spoke of in the. I mean, there's a lot that he goes over, and the whole idea of the lost mode of prayer and how to pray. Um, it's all about feeling and how one feels, just like he discovered in Tibet with one the elder monk that he spoke to, and just I was just utterly blown away by that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. If you have a chance to read this book, by all means do, because it is so, so, so powerful. And I just felt a twinge of just exhilaration while reading it because I knew I wasn't reading anything normal here. I'm reading some very revolutionary ideas that have not been touched upon since the Renaissance. So, if you have a chance to read this book, do so, either whether it would be through electronic format or through physical format. And I guarantee you, you will be touched by this book because I know that I have.